like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
The short to intermediate passing game going early, because that offensive line cannot hold up for large periods of time, even in the run game. Yes, they made some second half adjustments that was comfortable. I still have a lot of pause concerning the Seattle O-line. So I think they are going to want to utilize both Metcalf and Lockett in the short to intermediate passing game to alleviate some of the pressure on, DK, on Geno Smith. And so look for DK Metcalf to have a lot of good yardage early on to kind of sustain drives, because that's going to be the reason that one of them either wins or loses. That being said, though, Christian Gonzalez, let's give him a lot of credit, had a stellar game last week in coverage against guys like Jamar Chase and things of that nature. So I think the potential here for this matchup to really be important is either DK Metcalf will continue to struggle, or he will be the reason that Seattle can continue to sustain drives week in, week out. Look at this matchup in fantasy football terms. Then next, let's look at the Texans receivers versus the Bears secondary, because it's going to be more interesting to people think, because a lot of the reason why the Bears won this game was with their defense. One of the first team in the third in history to win the game despite not scoring an offensive touchdown. It's down to that busty Bears secondary. Tyree Stevenson in the way, 2 pass breakups, 2 solo tackles, and 1 pick six for him. They still have guys like Jalen Johnson, Tyler Gordon, Daquan, the safety spot. They also acquired from the Tennessee Titans fired. So there's so much depth there, experience, and going up against one of the best wide receiver corps in the NFL will be a great showcase of both of these skills and abilities. Let's talk about Texans though, because this is a determined game in my opinion. You have Nico Collins, who led the team passing yards 117, is the win passing team. 2, albeit on 3 yards, actually had less yards as who many people thought the wide receiver 3 out. So I tell you a lot about many different ways this wide receiver core can go week to week. That being said, I still think Collins should be your wide receiver if you have a Texans wide receiver on your roster. But this is a really interesting because it could lead to a shot. You favor someone trying to confuse this Bears secondary. They're very aggressive at the end of Tennessee, especially in the second half. So look for them to try to carry against very experienced, talented Texans. I would feel like they're really in this. The next game is Buffalo Bills against the first. Now, this one is kind of a weird one in terms of, just the lack of depth now in the Bills secondary, because this could mean the Bills might want to either rotate guys in and out more to try and give them more game experience, but also protect their younger guys and give more snaps to their experienced guys who did have a decent game against the Arizona Cardinals. They only gave up 207 yards, at least was Greg Dortch. He didn't have a lot of yards, I think it was 47 yards. But Tyree should be very excited to be able to explore a kind of matchup where he should be favored here. And nothing, but I think that every single offensive player will enjoy this game as well. So look for the Miami offense, not just Tyreek Hill, trying to get going here. Whether it be Mostert, Devon Achane, whether it be Tuffy, you'll have a fantastic night and night. And also, any other players like Waddle, tight ends. I'm not sure anymore if they're going to leave it up to mine, but whatever. This is the night where I say, even though I don't necessarily like them as a quote-unquote fantasy team, Miami Dolphins will become a fantasy team. It's because of matches. I don't know how the Bills are going to handle their losses in secondary. So it's a very scary proposition for this defense tonight. And Tyreek Hill will be a big X factor. But the last one, probably the most interesting one, because I think the cornerback in this matchup has seen this guy so many different times, and this guy did have a decent game back, I'll say, but still a matchup that has seen time before and could dictate this game, but could become a match where the corner is favored. So you may want to fade the in this one. Jamar Chase against Trent McDuffie. The reason why Jamar had a good game because he was playing hard and catches 6 passes, 2 yards for them in their loss in locations. Then Trent McDuffie is someone who has seen his share of fantastic AFC receivers. And Jerry Seed, one of Jerry's were famous for being guys who win and expect to win matchups against these high-profile receivers to get the job consistently. That being said, even though they didn't throw the ball, they did have more yards than Chiefs. No sound to the Chiefs, getting enough pressure in terms of the run game in the second half, but be wary of that. But it's all dependent on Jamar Chase as well, because Lamar Chase has a little more external to his team, and like a whether or not Joe Burrow can go ball him far downfield. There's a lot of depth to this matchup now, and they're wonderful. And seeing how this has been one of the most popular matches in the AFC over the past 4 years, this one certainly feels like it could be dominated by one side. I'm not saying that Lamar Chase shouldn't necessarily get the volume of targets that he deserves, but definitely nothing to be a little bit here. And Bengals don't want behind the 8-1. Know that in terms of being 0-2, trying to get back into the NFC North race, let alone playoffs early on in the season. That would feel like right now. It feels like there's a barrier, a wall between certain dynamics in this team, whether it be Jamar Chase as whole, whether it be T. Higgins, if he, steps into a big role this year, how most importantly, Joe looks as well, because he still has whole wrist injury concerns surrounding him. So this matchup has a lot of different storylines to it. And I'm not necessarily swayed by Jamar Chase hype in this game. I think Jim McDuffie could pretend to dominate him. And it could be a scary proposition for all concerned Cincinnati Bengals, and a huge opportunity for the Chiefs secondary to show their light. Looking at all matchups in terms of the fantasy winners, I think you can go along kind of sticking with a group of wide receivers who you see fit to lead your team. I think you're safer in like a committee approach to it, whether it be the Texans or say the Dolphins. But know who the corners are here, wide receivers are facing, knowing their familiarities in these matchups. It's highly integral to your success in determining who you want to roster as wide receivers. Wide receivers are certain very important aspects of either winning a game or most fantasy points of anyone on your team. So here's an I feel really stand out to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. That was just it for this segment of the show. We look at a more comprehensive betting perspective in terms of not just Thursday Night Football like yesterday. We'll be right back to talk about that right after this show. Hello, and welcome to GSMC Fantasy Sports Podcast, always GSMC Sports Network. Week 1 here in terms of fantasy, going back to betting this time in the NFL. Week 2 props, not just Thursday Night Football props that we did yesterday, but some popular Week 2 props for you guys this weekend. Whether it be in big-time games for certain players, whether it be get-right games or things of that nature, it should be an interesting game for you to determine whether or not you prop certain things. That means that further ado, let us right into today's show in terms of what in terms of this kind of set. The guy who a lot of people want to win. A lot of people want to develop into a player who seemed like himself. He's not Houston, that edition. But in this game against the Jags and Giants, look for him to disappoint yet again. Now, Jags are a lot of defense than the Cowboys, but they still are in many ways and top line balls. So I believe my odds for the runs around. And so right now, my concern about Sean isn't how many yards he is. So I'm going to take my 1 on here for Deshaun. I'm hope round everything together, get your own pass. They couldn't run the offense in the one you really didn't dissect top to bottom. They have a lot of talent here. They have guys who can perform. When you look at it in actuality, how it against some of the defense, it's amazing, especially if Deshaun Watson isn't formed like he did in Houston. So I'm going to take under and I think the biggest thing, which Watson needs to be because of the NFC Bucks offense. Who knows, maybe if Chuck comes back, we'll get a little more but eventually we're going to have to. Now, in college, it was kind of easier to come back because he was younger and his body will cover more. This injury feels different. So we have to see what's Brown's offense first. So it's also you are willing to believe in Sean Watson. Let's go into the last point. It has proven they can. Joe Burrow. I think that this game, yes, it's a tough game to really kind of get past New England, but I do think he can get worse than it was in New England. I think that this past week really should have been about focusing on getting back to really his full health himself because I know there's New England for a little longer. The thing that I think will set apart this kind of offense here is the fact that hopefully every single one of those hopefully Chase will return more consistent basis. Hopefully he can feel injury and has to hit right. So it's not about it's not all on him in terms of the offense that we saw in that game. So I'm going to go passing around because I think that's going to be a challenge. But I think if anyone will come in, no, it will come to Joe Burrow. So look for him to have it's the only thing going to have passing. Let's talk about this shot battle on room 4. I think Jerome Ford immediately right now had to come here. He can't not because Brown sees something get off him. It's who really gets off and driving. So Ford has to come. It feels like Jerome Ford at this moment in time, someone who needs a big need to able to supplement this offense, something good stuff. Johnson can all the time. Now, I understand the fact that we've got to be a little wary about Jerome Ford, especially in advanced purposes, especially in purposes. I think that Jerome Ford brings down a different profile, and he might have Mr. I think Nick basically well as what I think he will be after his back is a chunk of that. He's something who runs out of down, targets out defenses, most important. But Jerome Ford should bring a different profile than that. At this part of my time, Jerome Ford is Marcus Lewis, Mark Lewis, once they comes back, Pete has his hole. But having said, over 25 wide rushers team, that's 130, and Jack's defense too. The other one, the run they do has, he will take advantage of that. And so, both is best for the Browns. I feel like a little bit hard to cut everything well. I know I think Sean bad, but I don't know what's but maybe Jerome Ford. So I'm going to bet him. So I'll get twisted that Jerome Ford will send from Sean because I think it's more of a necessity to make the Browns odds to operate more with Jerome Ford. The final I have is a weird one. Because this guy really job and this week. It's a very good. But this time, every season, best time, and it seems obviously didn't we're looking at a lot of he really yes to the Panthers. The Cowboys defense and time. They're hard and pushing. And here's why. If you get Derek Carr, that comes the most things first. Always this. Derek Carr, the best deep balls, mother defense. And it's not perfect in line pass. Whether it be beautiful over the top of GP or many passes after loving so here. Derek Carr flies one season for and all comes I would like this stuff and might Derek Carr. My seems to be this truly is one per one's a little more in the pocket. So for Derek Carr to really these months will be cool squad. Like that, yes, the chance for him to really backfire this week and a chance for him to shut still great level up that week. But in a Derek Carr be about last one said. But the team knows that against defenses, his game plan is also now. But it was tougher because he never game plan. And say me might be work often because how his offense. So let me starting the game place that I'll come back and football and possession. And so I think about 2 seconds with your that would the reason why they were because a lot of short game relatively available. And I really think that a lot of people would not necessarily pay attention to Derek Carr early on. So get on Derek Carr earlier when I kind of feel like he could get in the games. Really the same offense deliver for you. Overall, look at all these quarterbacks. That's what interesting. Quarterbacks who I feel have most whether he Sean, Trent, any competent level like he was in Houston. Whether he are those, but also knows he may be the best quarterback in since Holmes has started. So the last I feel like everybody college guard is all positions here. Like that. Dick Harlow, like let me know in the comment. All these press, I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like everybody's biased too. I mean, I think that's but should be disqualified too. Kind of feels if they're sensitive. So let me know in the comment. We just my personal rankings of all the matches of the week in terms of fantasy start for the week. We are not straight up as well. Welcome back to GSMC Fantasy Sports Podcast of today's show. And I want to be cool here and take what I all his things in the past couple of now clear this right now different top 5 guys. Well, this is what I'm going to say. These guys for even more to either be a nice starting option, nice flex option, what have you, whenever leagues you guys frequent. So take them with a grain of salt because these are just my opinion, and I just wanted to give my personal my top 5 guys. Now, the second other guy I look at all the but I really feel like this guy's underestimated a lot in that no. Or maybe region of rankings, but at the end of the day, he's always good for an interesting game. And I don't think Patriots off the defense is good, so look for Joseph to be a very interesting option. Flex him, I believe, in QB leagues. Now, last week's game against Denver was a little bit rough. It wasn't entirely his fault, but yes, he had that first light session. There were moments where he was a little more comfortable. But at the end of the day, James McDuty had to win the game. And now it's going to be pretty good by He's not enough points for he's talking about the game that he's watching. A lot of people like talk about guys here being unable or less able to see other guys up in different tiers. So at this point, you kind of vary of their abilities to dominate and size, but it's just a volatile that at any given moment can have big games. Against the Patriots, I don't think this is a key. The Hawks will win the field position battle and really be able to move himself off. He doesn't mind do that much, just with stuff that he had, with it, he will play lightly. He'll keep his offense going in a timing man so they're going to want to maintain time possession a little more. So it's going to be dominant to have wins for New England. Look for Gino to keep his offensive level, but also to try to play well to know he's capable of. I know he's capable of that as well. So maybe a D-League, he's a play. Maybe this is a guy who is a little bit under the radar. Maybe more of a best kind of option for this week. But some concerns though. Now let's look at another flex option. Also, a guy who looks hard. He's a connection though. That Gino. They made 2 guys who are there in terms of their level of production. Now, Baker Mayfield's concern with him was, can he show that it's not all Dave Canales that was bugged for him last year? Because McCone comes in, do that work on Sean McVay, trade, we didn't know if he was going to be in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Really a lot of Baker looked like the most certain QB season last week, really carving apart the Commanders' defense. And in Detroit, last year, he had a water game actually. He performed at a very high level, had a chance to win that scene. He kept on the road in a very tough environment, 4-field crowd, the long lines went desperate, and he performed to a high level. This week, actually again, let's see if he can do it again. Round 2. I think that this time he'll feel more confident because last year, yes, you're kind of skeptical of Baker Mayfield because he's about his 4th team in about 5 years or so. So you can add very skeptical of now. I feel like a lot of people are going to start reflecting more, especially in fantasy football circles, and then rising on tiers as he goes. I think that when it would be safe to see him, maybe a tier 2 quarterback. That's a little problem in Asia, but I hope it's the highest right now. I think that it's possible for him. And this warrants, especially in these tougher matches, safer look as well because you never know with guys like Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield wins the 4th spot here, and should be a starter. I'm personally starting him in my fantasy team as my starting quarterback, and I feel very positive about that. I feel like Tua gets a little bit overlooked, especially in divisional games, especially AFC games of nature, for not living up to the hype. But how can you forget about the Bills? I think that this game should be Tua's ring. I feel like the Cleveland secondary, all this kind of angst around Bills right now. We're not and there is danger. City's going to play. We'll have to see how he plays. Tua should feel in a very advantageous position tonight. And he just needs to get the ball, keep this offense ticking, not turn the ball over most important, and he should be fine. He's going to put big numbers. Did put big numbers last week, now he touchdowns, but that will change. And I have high hopes for him and high hope for the overall Miami Dolphins offense. It's weird because I want you guys about the Miami Dolphins and their fantasy history saying, hey, all of these big guys will sometime come back and bite you, but this time I'm open with a nice game. So, Tua makes a lot of sense right now. That too, a guy who I feel like can perform this very interesting game. One of the games I'm trying to keep my mind on as the week progresses. But CJ Stroud against the Bears. It should be a very fascinating match. Both Texans offense and Bears. That's what this game is going to come down to. And most post player I must say for both minutes has to be CJ Stroud. When everything does not seem going right for the Texans, CJ Stroud just in the eyes on this rule. I feel like that's going to happen in this game. I do believe the Bears go around a little longer. Maybe not because Caleb is staying dry out. So it's all going to come down to CJ Stroud's poise and composure overcoming the quickly coming one of the fastest secondaries in the league. And it helps that he also has a wide arsenal of weapons to go here. And that both Collins was a leader in passing yards and Diggs was a leader in passing touchdowns. It really goes to show that Stroud's just becoming more comfortable, more believable. That was my question. Will CJ Stroud be comfortable with guys down Diggs in his wide receiver room? And the answer, at least at 1 week, seems to be yes. So look for CJ Stroud in this game. Put up big numbers. Then the final one that I want to look at is an interesting one because I said that this guy would be a sleeper pick. He's not always going to be playing in front, so it also leads to his benefit as well. And last week he proved that in sports and flashes, he still is somebody who's highly in fantasy circles. And that guy is Mr. Kyler Murray. On another divisional game where I feel like I can take advantage of Rams defense and Rams team is so injury stricken. Yes, it's more the offensive side of all with injuries hit. This is still a defense, mind you, that is young, hasn't played together very much, and is still growing. So Kyler also knows that as a divisional team, he knows that this is a tough game. He knows their tendency on defense, so look for Kyler to explain himself. But this might be a common theme here, guys, in terms of my own personal ratings. This is why I look at fantasy football QBs. I look outside the big names. I think of guys who you may forget about. He needs to guys who have been in the league for quite some time, like Kyler Murray, who really can change the game, elevate their team around. And that's like the will be this year. He's not going to win a lot of games, but will be in a lot of games due to tone the Kyler Murray sets on the offensive side of the ball. They have a pressure because the defense is good. He not being advantageous positions other QBs, but just know that Kyler Murray's best rates stem from being able to elevate the team, be able to carry the team moreover on his back. So he's going to be someone put a lot of fantasy stats. But look at this overall. Like I said, who are in lower tiers, who are in situations to succeed this week, like Baker. And that's Shroud, who are all about poise and consistent, very intriguing matches. Really am excited for their second game. But Tua and Kyler, where Tua, you don't think he's going to have a passing yards, passing yards, Vaughn doing his game, and then Kyler, of course. Definitely someone who could have been quarterback, straight face value, but with his he kind of for this opportunity and additional game to be one of the number one or in top 5 fantasy football quarterback. Let me think in the comments. Because of our last Sunday, we look at the running backs, personal runs to take advantage of in your fantasy football league. We'll do that. Close out with that. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the last segment of the day here on the GSMC Fantasy Sports Podcast. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed the show this far. We're going to close it out with another personalized ranking, this time of the running back position. And all 4 of these guys that I have on my list are guys in many different tiers, but I believe based off the matchups that I found for each of them, they look to be having big games. Starting off again with another Texan, really impressing last week, and he's done over this week as well, as Texans are there a bit more. How about Joe Mixon? You can't forget about Joe Mixon. As much as CJ Stroud's poise needed to make insane, I think Joe Mixon can't be ignored that in 30 games, an offense that has 3 of the best receivers in the league. That means something. I shouldn't defend a touchdown as well. Just shut Bobby slow. Now that he has a look of complementary pieces, he can like more on good wasting the ball. It's not just about being Stroud-centric or downs and on 3rd downs. So look for Joe Mixon. He might get it here last week, so make him all that. He's also even highly against his pass. So look for Joe Mixon and experience a whole ton of it in that week. Then another also another team in the catwalk periods. Now like it, I'm trying to get that some keeps. But I think Seattle offense is fun. They always really matter who sees who catches, and if they read that happens ever. They can't walk with the ball more. They catch him out of space, and he works. And that's what we're getting because the win. I think limited our abilities in box history. Ball. I think that's one and not. We're trying to wide. Do better. Not with the ball in the pitch. So we're gonna walk on a big day. But top of the day. That's not last happened. And not the ability and one for the match that I start facing much more teams that don't have people stay in that picture. The Kenneth Walker is not that really like. We're kind of the point, but no, guy who that line sometimes has to take a back to run clear. But Jeremy Fox, I think that against the man, they just spot hand that game. I think that they're about to complain about him, and I saw that and just said, hey, I'm saying this game. When he's I think that a lot of people can point to try to get some of their will just have to live. Sometimes his line will like Dave Army, like somewhere on the so that when you give this like aspect and by himself on this league, some good times have the game and the last guy had outside of miles beyond the Panthers. I'm just too sad. Again, get Hendricks pushing 35 yards against King Charles in the league as they lose. Any sort of if I'm holding it's the right line and still concerned about the injuries. I know that more teams fight this out here and that's concerned. Now let's hard to see a where Jamar Charles and turnover. We're going to have to take someone who hit a lot of differences. So he's just nice. But some guys who play circumstances or their production how about him? How works? I think that or if anything, to throw the ball early on, you have to. I'm a mayor fan. Never wins the hair. Yes, it was him. Who knows? He's showing he's really on the highs. That's what I'm about. But I'm never someone who well. I know he's going to call. And he under 6 shoots. I'm seeing you go. Especially with their car in the basketball order. We'll slow that into range. That's how we'll do that. Actually, so we're out there to it. Another guy, I want to have a big game. I think they might have a big game. We'll see. Is anyway. I was behind his eyes always. But at the end of the day, somebody who can be a good race the rate. He's going to have a big puzzle. And I think either behind the tail, even the time still a huge thing for the race. The race. Have to see if he appears to because he's going to be target. He's not confident. When going to one, I don't know if he's 40 miles. Have to trust me. If he does, look for the righties. Okay. Not going to talk about the offense, not for that, so not good. I think I wouldn't necessarily be like football. Could actually be in some time examination. I feel like we'll fit this here. Lindsay, when Bell's class became he's open offense, especially even he got a lot, actually got a lot of really to actually allow for him and so here's the thing. I feel like yes, the one passing going can that he's going to point something has to really so coach as well. And one last thing I talk about what he did is right in when we think for this so let's talk about Tony Price, I think it's kind of okay. Just maybe the whole thing is indeed talking about the policy. So I had to get the touchdown. It was a little space, but look at that. Maybe in that room, that policy space. I know it's a little better. Took this into hands. We'll wait to see